in my childhood. And some of them have just not held up. Like, even to me, I'm like, I loved this that much? This is like super dated. It just doesn't seem cool at all. And some have held up beautifully. It turns out Beverly Hills Cop is fantastic. Who knew? It's like still a great movie. Raising Arizona, a little weird. And I watched that movie like 7 times. I loved it. So yeah, it's fun to like go back and look at things again. I'm watching Battlestar Galactica again right now, which I loved when it came out, and it's still pretty great. The second, the 2004. Yeah, I didn't watch the original one. Is that good?
It is campy.
Shut the fuck up. Really? Is it really? When was that made? It was like, yeah, like forever ago, huh? All right. Yes. On writing? Well, publishing is a totally different story. I think publishing it would be really it's really helpful if you just get 5 million followers on Instagram, and then it's easy to publish something. I think publishing is a super challenging process, and I don't have any advice on that because I'm coming from a different vantage point where it's like publishers will publish. I could vomit on a page and probably someone would publish it. Like, sadly, I think that's true. So I don't have any real advice on that, but I do have advice on writing, which is it's about the process, not the product. And this is this is something from actually that book, The Work of Art, that I was mentioning earlier. It's about the verb, not the noun. So it's about the act of writing. It's not the product that you have it's not what you wrote. It's about the act of writing. It's not about the book. It's about the daily practice of writing. And if you love doing it, then good things will come of it. If you're trying to write just because you're trying to write a book and you want to have accomplished that, it's probably not going to be very good. But if you just can't not write because you love the process of writing, then it will work. It will turn out well. I think that's true of most things in life, really. Yes?
Hi, Misha.
Hi. Good to meet you.
So my question is, if you weren't an actor, which career path would you have done?
If I wasn't an actor, what career path would I take? Well, in some respects, I think I have been taking multiple paths all along. Like I like writing things, and I like making art, and I like building things with my hands, and I kind of do all of those things. I did these large-scale public art installations for a few years in Los Angeles that were huge. They took 120 people to put on. They were quite beautiful and really large scale. Like, took over a whole concrete factory and covered it with flower blossoms, or created this installation where people were walking in an alley and they were being showered in rose petals, and it felt like it was just snowing flower petals. Or I built a tea house at the top of Griffith Park, which is the largest park in Los Angeles, like the Central Park of Los Angeles. And these were all like big art installations that I loved doing and were really well received in the press, and I did them anonymously because partly because I wanted to know like if they were any good, and If it was just like a bunch of Supernatural fans showing up, then I would be like, I don't know if they're here because it's good art or just because I said I did it. So, but that was like that's it. That's probably the thing that I've done in my life that has felt the most gratifying. But I also am really interested in politics and still sometimes fantasize about, staging a coup. So,
Loretta
yes.
from Indianapolis.
Hi.
Love you, love you, love you, love you.
Oh, thanks.
Hey, do you have any idea how many fans there are? Has anybody counted around the world?
We should do a fan count. It should be done like, because they do those things like the Audubon Society organizes swallow counts or something like that. You go out and just do a big bird count, right? And if you get enough people with binoculars out there around the world, like each person taking responsibility for a certain small geographic area and spotting the veil, like, oh, there's somebody with a streak of blue in their hair. That's definitely a Supernatural fan. Tattoo on that one. There's another one. We could probably get a pretty good count that way. No, but I'll tell you anecdotally, there's an interesting thing that happened. So when we were on the CW, and that was the way you saw Supernatural, we knew they had this thing called the Nielsen ratings, and we knew how many people watched the episode when it first aired, and then we knew how many people watched the episode when it had a rerun, and we knew how many people bought the DVDs at the end of the season. And the total was about 300. But then this thing happened when we were in season 4 or 5. It got on Netflix. And we noticed a very weird thing happen at that point, which was that it actually didn't happen immediately. It happened like a few years into people starting to watch it on Netflix, but it was like a new generation of people started, like younger people would start coming up to us and being like, I'm a fan of Supernatural. And I'd be like, wait, but when Supernatural started, you were 5, so I want to talk to your parents. So Netflix created this whole other, actually I think much bigger audience than we ever had on broadcast television and DVDs, but there are no real metrics for that. So we don't get the aggregate numbers on those things. Nielsen Ratings now is doing something with streaming as well as with broadcast, and they're getting a little bit of better information. And last year, Supernatural was the 15th most watched show in streaming in the world, which is totally insane. Because the show's been off the air for 5 years. But it's apparently a lot of people are watching it. And anecdotally, I can tell you more people at the airport recognize me by a lot now than they did 5 years ago. Even though I've aged so much that I'm almost unrecognizable from the character that I was on television. Yes?
Funny enough, we actually saw you at the airport about 2 years ago.
See?
We flew on the same flight as you, and we were like freaking out about it. We were like, wait, you're Misha Collins?
I can't tell. That guy's so old.
Weird, and it was throwing us off. We laugh about it still. But my question for you is, what is your favorite monster on the show?
That's a good one.
Oh, shit. Do you have a favorite monster on the show?
Probably the Wendigos. They're the scariest.
I guess I liked the cherub the best. Does that count as a monster? He was kind of a monster. It's like, that was pretty fun. They started with some rules on Supernatural about what to create for the creatures, and one of them was, we're not going to make anything up from scratch. It's not going to be like something that no one has ever heard of before. it's got to be something that there's existing lore about, and that's already sort of a little bit in people's consciousness or subconsciousness even. And then eventually then they were like, oh my God, we're in season 12. What do we do? And the rule became, it has to be something that you can Google and find. Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Hello. If I could be reincarnated as any animal, what would I be reincarnated as and why? Do you have an answer? Have you thought about this question for yourself already? What's your answer? Guinea pigs? Because they're so delicious? You do? And they seem to have a good life? That's probably because you give them a good life though, right? Yes, I would like to hear their names. Lucifer and Castiel are your guinea pigs' names? No way. That's amazing. I went to the Philadelphia Zoo recently. Let me see if I can find these pictures. And I went to the Philadelphia Zoo because we were in Philadelphia for a fan convention, but I was like, I want to talk, but I also want to find this photo. And then I thought, oh, maybe I'll hand it to somebody else and ask them to look for, and then I realized, no. Oh my God, yes, definitely not would be the right answer to that impulse. I went to the Philadelphia Zoo because they have some hedgehogs there. Actually, I think there's like a tenrec? Tenrec? Is it tenrec? So there's a tenrec that I think is named Castiel. And then there's two hedgehogs that are named Sam and Dean. And they have like little promotional materials with them. And the Castiel tenrec has actually got like in their little, like, they dressed it up as Castiel. And it turns out everybody that works at the Philadelphia Zoo is a total nerd. And it was super cool, but I'm trying to find, so my answer should probably be a tenrec because, it would be rude otherwise. What's your name? Corbin? Nice to meet you. Well, I'm trying to find this photo for you, but I'm having a very hard time. I did post it. That's a really good solution. I could have somebody look for it. Could somebody look for it? Does anybody have? Great. Not on my phone. On your own phone. You have to follow the thread here. I'm sorry. I can't find. That's a picture of a naked woman. That wouldn't help you. We were. You found it. Okay. Will you show him, please? Now pass it around, and I'd like to see what else is on your phone as well. Pretty cool, huh? Hedgehogs are pretty adorable. I took West and Mason on this road trip in New Zealand, and we were in an RV, because in New Zealand you can rent an RV and just drive around. It's sort of what people do, and it was a really cool trip. But we were driving in this like winding road, and all of a sudden a hawk got startled by our RV coming, and it flew up right in front of our RV, and it had a hedgehog in its talons. And as we were getting closer, it couldn't get high enough to not be hit by our RV, and it figured that out. So it was like, fuck it, forget this, and it dropped the hedgehog and flew away. And then there was a hedgehog in the road in front of us, and so I screeched to a stop, and we got out, and the hedgehog balled up into this little ball, and I was like, I think it's dead, kids. It's just like this hard little ball, but we weren't really sure. And hedgehog has like quills on it, and you can't like take a pulse, and so I just with my foot I kind of gently like kicked it off to the side of the road, but it rolled like a ball, and I just pushed it off to the side of the road so somebody wouldn't run over it. and then it just went like this and like stuck its nose out for a second when it got to the edge of the road. And we were like, oh, it's alive. And then Mason was like, well, maybe it's injured. And I was like, well, I'm not a hedgehog veterinarian. So we picked it up and we put it in the sink in our RV. And it stayed in a little ball for like a whole day. And then we Googled that they like cat food. So we got some cat food and some water and some other things. And it turned out it was totally fine. And it became quite friendly. And it made our RV smell like an outhouse. But we ended up finishing the road trip for the next like 5 days with a hedgehog in our sink, which was kind of fun. We saved its life, yeah, we did. We saved its life. Yeah, would have been eaten. Yes, we did kidnap it. That's also true. I might make another poetry book. I do write poems from time to time. I don't write them as frequently as I used to, but I probably write a couple a month or something like that. So I have enough poems to make another book at this point. Maybe I will. I'm also writing a novel right now, which is a very interesting experiment that I'm wildly unqualified to do. It's about the AI apocalypse. It's written by AI, yeah. So that's how I'm writing it. Yeah. I've had to put in like dozens of prompts, so it's exhausting. But it's about father and daughter. The dad is paranoid about the impending apocalypse and builds like a bunker compound way out in the middle of nowhere to hide out. And the daughter is like a teenage. It's written from the daughter's perspective, and she's like a teenage girl who's kind of trusts and loves her dad, but also is like, is this crazy? Like, does this make sense? Or because it's right at the time, like nothing bad has happened yet when they leave and go out off the grid and live off the grid. And, but the dad had worked it. He was like running the AI division at Google and knew a lot about AI. So anyway, I have to say, it's a great story. And I'm not going to spoil how it ends, but it's pretty good. What's that? I teased you now. I've got like 160 pages written, and I'm hoping to have a draft of it done sometime in the next 6 months or so. So we'll see. Maybe I won't share that yet. Yeah, that might be. But it also has a great title. Yeah. Hi.
Hi. So I don't really have a question. I just want to.
But you did raise your hand, you know.
Appreciation on it too. I don't know how many of us are still walking around wearing these lovely shirts. But is everyone?
Oh, the Misha Mark shirt.
Stand up.
Yeah.
Stand up. If
Oh
you're-
my God.
Come on, ladies.
Holy shit.
Come on, ladies. Get up.
I know. I saw like a couple of them. I didn't realize this was a whole cult. Wow, that's remarkable. How did you organize this, and how did you decide who got shirts?
Somebody sent me a link and said, hey, I'm getting these shirts. I found it on Etsy. And I said, oh my God, I'm in. And I just went and bought shirts, and it just kind of spread from there.
Oh my God. Can you all come up on stage with me? Would you be willing to do that? I'd like to document this.
People tucking and rolling is crazy.
Everybody, this is mostly just designed to make those who don't have these shirts feel bad. Yeah. So I hope this is going to work. Oh, thank you.
We had Gil shirts.
Thank you for offering.
She's the one who started it.
Oh, well, thank you for doing that. And thank you for giving everyone that view. That was lovely. There's got to be a way to get up on this stage, no?
There really is. No, there is tuck and roll. Tuck and roll. Oh, shoot.
All right. I think we're all up now, so there's some stairs over there for when you leave. Okay. Okay, everybody. I'm just gonna make a little video here. So if you all stand shoulder to shoulder, so I can just go down the line. I'm not gonna get you all in one shot. I'm gonna get you in a.
But look at all these people that are getting us all in one shot.
Yeah, I know, that's nice. But you're sort of you're not lined up perfectly. You guys have to scooch down a little bit. Scooch down a little bit. Okay, does everybody fit there? Okay, good. All right, that's good. You ready? Here we go.
This is gonna take an hour.
Oh my God, they are all different.
Yeah, they're all different.
What the fuck am I looking? Ah! Mark Shepard. Ah, another one. On your boobs. Very nice. A winky one. I like that. Very classy. Oh my God, horrifying Mark Shepard again.
Yeah,
Oh, really? Oh my God. Oh, yes, that's sort of, I look a little queasy in your photo on your, well. Oh, that's nice, very nice. Thank you for this. Wow, this is true artwork. Nice work, everyone. And amazing. And even, I have one. I don't know, Amanda. There's Amanda down there. This is all perfectly normal. There's an egress over here, everyone. Yeah. Hi. Thank you for that. Of course, yes. Bye. Okay. Thank you for your indulgence there. Oh, look. It's the next thing happening. And they're all wondering what the fuck is going on. Hi. Are you getting ready for a Viking show? Yes. Wonderful. You're doing God's work. Yes.
Going back to
Yes.
I remember when I was in art school, there's a pair of people that would cover buildings and parks around the world, and that was a big thing. But I was wondering.
Christo and Jean-Claude. Yes. They were incredible. They were an incredible artistic duo. I think Jean-Claude is still alive. Christo has passed away. They did this installation in Southern California with giant umbrellas, huge umbrellas that dotted the landscape for miles and miles and miles, and you could drive like up the 5 freeway, and you could just see this beautiful landscape art. Look at these tall drinks of water.
You know what? When we're doing a normal convention in a normal town and Misha starts his panel, well, I know you're thinking, you're backstage hanging on his every word. You are wrong. We usually go, I don't know, mill around the kitchen, do boring things, but here, on this cruise ship, we hit the water slides. We just hit 2 water slides while and we're thinking like, we could do 3, 4 water slides. People love Misha. Misha could just stay out here for a while. Like, that's not a travesty.
I've never seen you come usher me off stage dripping wet.
Check a box. Check a box. Misha, how was your time with these fine people on this fine boat?
Wonderful.
Yeah.
Oh, there you go.
I can't say I've ever appeared publicly in shorts. This is the first. I'm not normally a shorts guy.
You
Yeah.
are rocking it, yeah.
You are rocking it, Robbie. Look
Yeah.
good, beach cash. Okay,
I
who's
know
on your
I've
shirt?
been cut
Real
off
quick
here,
before
but,
I-
what was your question?
Just wondering where you got your inspiration from, or do you have somebody that you follow that you take inspiration from?
Well, it's funny. I like Christo and Jean-Claude that you mentioned. I really did quite love, and Banksy and other kind of guerrilla artists. But I like Christo and Jean-Claude is actually a great example because they did art that took a landscape and made you see it in a totally different way. In the projects that I did, actually, you came to one of my installations.
I did. It was awesome. Like, I brought my sons. We had it was an amazing experience.
I've been to every one of your installations.
Everyone?
Yeah.
Really?
I was at the one where you're at the factory.
The cement factory with the purple jacaranda blossoms.
Yep.
Yep.
And then I was at the one in Griffith Park.
Yep.
With the fish.
Yep.
And then there was one downtown with the.
You were at
Butterflies?
the flower petal, the rose petals.
Yeah.
Oh, that's cool. That was like that was the first real installation, that rose petal one.
Yeah.
They were super. Somebody asked me like if I had another career, what would it have been?
Yeah.
And I think I would have loved to just do that for a career. It was I never felt more like energized than doing those projects. The one that you came to was
Awesome.
a bioluminescent algae in an abandoned swimming pool.
Yeah.
And that one we cultivated bioluminescent algae for 2 years.
It was amazing.
It was amazing. It was amazing. We had such a great time.
It was a great climax too. You don't quite know where it's going, and then at the end there you are in the
Okay.
pool with all those.
I love a good climax.
Speaking of
Everyone's gonna get in
climax,
trouble for saying
this is
climax next to Misha Collins.
It's the opposite of a climax. Say goodbye to Misha Collins, everybody.
Misha Collins!
All right, that's all time. We're done on stage, y'all. We'll see you for photo ops and autographs. Thank you for your time this morning. Can't wait to see you later
We'll see you
today.
this afternoon. Bye.